Hey everyone, it's KIREI here for Hey Little Magpie, and I have a brand new layout using the Simple Stories Say Cheese Classic Mouse Christmas collection. And I'm also using the fabulous November Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. Now, I obviously used this collection last month. I loved it so much. I just had to get another layout out of it. So this photo actually goes back over 20 years. Hard to believe, but yes. It was one I've had printed for sort of ages. It sat there waiting for the right moment to get it scrapped. So I decided this was it. And it's a photo going back to 2003. And I worked for the Disney store in head office, and we actually did a volunteering event, and it was for Capital FM's Help a London Child campaign. And there was a team of us that helped out in the warehouse packing boxes and preparing them for delivery. So I'm the third person in that photo. So it's just one of those memories that I just wanted to get down and document. And of course, this collection was perfect for that. So I've definitely sort of followed the Disney theme with my photos. Obviously, I have an advantage. I work for Disney, so I've got quite a lot of photos that obviously link to that. But it's definitely a collection that, you can be a fan of Disney and you could just, scrap your sort of festive photos, using this collection. So yeah, I think it's quite versatile, really. It's just that obviously with my connections to Disney, I have been able to, I am just getting some of those memories scrapped. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay, so the paper I'm using for my background paper is the Oh Joy. It's the one with the script on it. Now, there's actually another paper that would sit to the left of it to create like a double layout, which is a really cool idea actually. So it sort of repeats the stripe down the right, but over on the left of the paper with there's a bit of an image at the top left, so balancing the one that I've here on this paper down in the bottom right. But I'm just sticking with a single layout. So I decided I had the spotted paper, which is called Decking the Halls, and I just decided to repeat that strip down that left side. And then I'm going with this cluster up the top left, again balancing with the one down in the bottom right. And you'll have seen me there. I've just cut around that Mickey and Minnie sort of photo image in the bottom right there, so that I could tuck those tags behind it. Because I often find these sorts of papers, I'm always like, oh, what do I do with them? Because there's an image on there and it's flat. And I always like to, raise things, add layers and everything like that. So by actually just sort of cutting around the edges and then tucking things underneath, it gives me that dimension that I really, really love. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm getting this strip stuck down here. This is the scallop strip. It's from the sticker sheet, the 12 by 12 cardstock sticker sheet, and I'm just adding that under the edge there. Again, it sort of replicates the red scalloped edge on the other side on the paper. So so got that down. I distressed the edges obviously, and then I've got my cluster. I've sort of worked out what I'm doing with it, and then I can start to get things stuck down now. So the that large red Merry Bingo card is from the big bits and pieces pack, so it's all sort of obviously slightly more oversized ephemera pieces. And then some of the other elements that I'm using, I've obviously got a couple of the tags. This is from the Tag Elements paper, and I've trimmed a few of those out and I've distressed the edges. Now, this is the black gingham ribbon from the November Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit. So it tied in perfectly actually with the blacks in the collection. So I'm just adding a bit of ribbon to each of the tags because I can never leave a tag without anything in it. It can't be naked, effectively. It's got to have something there, whether it's just wrapped around it, there's a bow or something like that. Yeah. So I'm just I added my ribbon. I've actually added it in 4 different ways to the 4 tags. So 2 at the top and 2 on the bottom right. My photo, I've backed with the red stripe paper. It's called Happy Holidays. And then just working out where I'm happy with placement with those tags. I mean, those tags, they don't move. There's no journaling or anything on them. I'll add my journaling a bit later to the background, but I'm just making sure I'm happy with placement. I do move them around, I think. Yep, there we go. The green on the right and the craft one on the left. Then I can trim that ribbon once I'm happy. Okay, so what am I doing? Right, yes. So here I go with my dimensions. So I've decided I needed to get those tags a little bit more raised. So I'm just adding a little foam pad behind each of them. Tucking in, this is like a little ticket piece here. I've got some other elements. These are from the Bits and Pieces ephemera pack. So I've got the ticket, and then I've got Minnie there that says love, joy, and presence, which was perfect because obviously that's what we were doing. And then this one I'm raising up on foam pads as well. And then once I've got this sort of cluster, and I have to say, I did fiddle around with this one for a while. I did a bit of it off camera while I was working out what I was using. And yeah, I finally got there, thankfully. But I definitely don't leave all of that in the video because it would make for a very long video otherwise. Okay, so I've got a few more pieces from the embellishment kit here. I've got the hand paper clip up the top there in the black, which I will put on there, but obviously I put foam pads behind, and I always do this when I add a paper clip. I add them afterwards, and I've added foam pads, and then it can't go down the back. So I will sort that out. I think I do it off camera, to be honest. And then I've got the speech bubble there that says, "Oh, what fun!" that I'm going to tuck up the top. And then, okay, bottom right, I've got the tags in. I've added ribbon to each of those. And then I can get this top cluster. I'm still playing around here. These fabulous metallic stars, mirror stars, are in the embellishment kit, actually. And they're lovely. There's 4 stars. They sort of nestle in each other. And the largest 3 are open. And then you've got the tiny center one. So I thought, yeah, they worked really well with my photo and my layout. So in regards to what I was doing, feels quite festive having stars, obviously. So I'm going to add those to all the 4 stars to my clusters. So I'm happy with those. I'm still working. Here we go, getting those tags on down the bottom. So again, adding some foam pads just to raise them up. Now, I am just adding a little bit of my tape at the top because obviously they're going to stick through the back. And at the back, what I do afterwards is I actually just use some sellotape to just cover that back so that they're secure, and then so that they're nice and secure and there's no sort of pocket or anything at the back. Okay, so I'm still fiddling with that paper clip at the top, but yeah, I will get there. What else? Here we go. So here's the other stars. As I said, those mirror stars. And then I've got a couple of black fabric stars that are also in the embellishment kit. So I'm sort of working out where they're going to go. My title, I've got Magic there. And that is from the foam stickers. And I'm going to work with that. And I'm deciding what I'm going to use with it. I quite like the word magic, but I'm going to put a word with it. And I go with Disney, obviously, in the end. But I was playing around with what I do. Okay, so still getting, I've got my paper clip sorted out finally. You can see I've done that now. And getting those other bits and pieces stuck down at the top now that I've got that stuck. Get magic on, making sure it's nice and straight, of course. And then, I've got these are also some little foam stickers, tiny little stars. I'm just sort of adding those. Now I'm bringing in, I've got a Doodlebug Alpha here. And I'm bringing in the silver because it ties in with the stars. I wasn't sure about the Disney and the silver. I then decided, should it be black? I'm not going with the double word here, Disney. I put it on just to see what it looked like. It's only lightly down, so it's not, stuck completely. I did actually end up changing it anyway. Okay, so I brought in the decorative brads here, and I'm just tucking a few of those into the clusters. A couple of bits that aren't stuck down. These little stamps, so chipboard stamps. So yeah, from the decorative brads, I'm just going to add those into that top there, and the little brad will sit over the top of them. I love the decorative brads, actually. I'm a real fan of them. I mean, they're so much easier than using like the old style brads, aren't they? Okay, what have we got here? These are a few more of the little foam stickers, the stars that I'm just adding around the layout. Then I think I'm going to bring in some enamel dots. And there you go. The Disney has changed. It is now a Bella Boulevard title. Okay, so here's some of the close-ups so you can see the detail and all those fabulous little embellishments from the Hey Little Magpie embellishment kit, which I do love tucking into my layout. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.